are not from Biafra. So will these people, this set of generation that were born within Biafra territory, be also considered during this data collection? That's question number 2. And then my last question.
They will not be considered.
Okay, that's noted, sir. So my last question will be on the issue of, as it is now, on the issue of, is it a liberation tax? I want to call it. Are there programs, are there plans to ensure that, because I have people asking me from Biafraland, if, when it is actually made available to the public, to Biafran public, to begin to pay their taxes, can these taxes be paid without being traced by the Nigerian agents or government through the banking institution? Thank you. As you attend to my question.
Thank you very much. The taxes is already being paid. Contact your state executives to know where to make your Biafra liberation tax payment. So it's already being paid. A lot of states have already started. In fact, most states have been given a mandate to the 15th of this month to have their December Biafra liberation tax. So that is already underway. So many states are already contributing. So if you are not part of it, consult your state executives and let them advise you properly. Properly identify yourself, Maka. If you come to find information, you cannot survive it. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So just to add some of us, I mean, we can also pass through the media team here for proper guidance in terms of trying to get access to these state coordinators. I don't know if that is allowed.
You can go through the medians and they will guide you.
Okay, that noted. Thank you, sir. Still waiting for the response regarding our border security, sir.
The border security is sealed and whole.
I want to use this opportunity to thank our...
During this data collection. That's question number 2.
They will not be considered.
Okay, that's noted, sir. So my last question will be on the issue of, as it is now, on the issue of, is it a liberation tax? I want to call it. Are there programs, are there plans to ensure that, because I have people asking me from Biafraland, if, when it is actually made available to the public, to Biafran public, to begin to pay their taxes, can these taxes be paid without being traced by the Nigerian agents or government through the banking institution? Thank you. As you attend to my question.
Thank you very much. The taxes is already being paid. Contact your state executives to know where to make your Biafra liberation tax payment. So it's already being paid. A lot of states have already started. In fact, most states have been given a mandate to the 15th of this month to have their December Biafra liberation tax. So that is already underway. So many states are already contributing. So if you are not part of it, consult your state executives and let them advise you properly. Properly identify yourself, Maka. If you come to find information, you cannot survive it. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So just to add some of us, I mean, we can also pass through the media team here for proper guidance in terms of trying to get access to these state coordinators. I don't know if that is allowed.
You can go through the medians and they will guide you.
Okay, that noted. Thank you, sir. Still waiting for the response regarding our border security, sir.
The border security is sealed and whole, and I don't understand what you mean by that border security. Is there any nation that doesn't protect its border? We have been able to, we first of all be able to define our border, and then deploy our immigration. And at this point, Biafra Liberation Army is the security, and the Biafra Liberation Fire security we have. After that, normal security structure will take place, like the police and other paramilitary that will be guiding the borderline immigration and co.
In terms of trying to get access to
Biafra. So this whole thing is still under the process. Remember, it has to go through the international financial institutions and financial systems. So it is a work that is already underway. And so that is something that follows. Immediately that is done, will be released. It will be released into the financial market. Thank you.
Thank you, my able PM. And I'm sure, Reverend, you've gotten that. Thank you very much. Move. Please, I am the good guy. Take the microphone, please.
Yes, good evening from my end, our able and admirable Prime Minister. My greetings to you, the co-host Ralph and Sussex, and all the cabinet members here present. It's an honor and privilege, a rare one for that matter, to have access to our PN directly through this medium. I think most of my questions have been attended to, but I just wanted some other clarification. All of these things have been put in place, but the more we ask questions, the more information are released to Biafrans. And so I just wanted to ask on a few things. Number one, on the issue of border security. We know how our bordering communities, how we are linked to states or regions that are outside of our territory. So I don't know if we, of course, everything will be digitalized as I expect. What are the plans in securing our borders? And then number two, we talked about this issue of data collection. So I want to also go back to it because it's a very important aspect of our national life. We have people that are living within Biafra territory that were born and have lived all their life there, but whose parents are not from Biafra. So will these people, this set of generation that were born within Biafra territory, be also considered during this data collection? That's question number two. And then my last question.
They will not be considered.
Okay, that's noted, sir. So my last question will be on the issue of, as it is now, on the issue of, is it a liberation tax? I want to call it. Are there programs, are there plans to ensure that, because I have people asking me from Biafraland, if, when it is actually made available to the public, to Biafran public, to begin to pay their taxes, can these taxes be paid without being traced by the Nigerian agents or government through the banking institution? Thank you. As you attend to my question.
Thank you very much. The taxes is already being paid. Contact your state executives to know where to make your Biafra liberation tax payment. So it's already being paid. A lot of states have already started. In fact, the most states have been given a mandate to the 15th of this month to have their December Biafra liberation tax. So that is already on the way.
Land of the rising sun, willow and cherry, beloved home, land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all. God Almighty and wrong. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfalls. Guide all our movements, lest we go astray. Give us the strength to heed the humanist call, to give and not to count the cost each day. Let those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra and Biafrans massacred today in Orsu community. And the time starts now. May the souls of the departed heroes and heroines of Biafra and Biafrans massacred in the cause of our freedom rest in peace, while their spirits continue to embolden us to fight on as we get Biafra land totally liberated. Warm greetings from here to all Biafrans and the enemies of Biafra and the terrorists coming into Biafra land who have been sent on a mission. We mourn with Biafrans that were slaughtered in Orsu community and Idemili and other parts of Biafra. Those that have claimed to be collecting money, making noise everywhere, I've watched since morning to see them come out to say something about the slaughter and massacre of Biafrans in Orsu community and in Idemili. But I have seen none. I've watched to see them write something. I have seen none. I've watched to see them even post the dead videos of the bodies of the Biafrans slaughtered in these communities. I have not seen NGOZI and Solomon and Uche and all our likes post anything, nor say anything. The question is, to those of you that are foolish, that are contributing money, hailing NGOZI, where is your madam when Biafrans are slaughtered? I warn here and then every day and say, do not make use of Islamic bank account that Ngozi is giving to you people in the homeland, because it is to track you. It is to know the address from where you come from and your homeland and everything that has to do with you. They say Sonny is a traitor. They say Sonny is a criminal. I played audio of Prime Minister before I started this program, and I repeated it over and over and over again. And in that very audio, a Biafran was asking the Prime Minister, now that we are launching the Biafra database, we are also going into the Biafra liberation taxes in the homeland. How secured are we that the Zoo terrorists will not track our people from the bank account that they will be using to make the payment so that they will be secured? Prime Minister said, nothing is made public. Go through your state administrators or reach out the media team to connect you to your state administrators, because your Biafra liberation taxes are already ongoing without anybody knowing the bank account in the public, without any bank account posted out in the public. Go through your state's de facto administrators and you will remit your payment without anybody knowing that you make payment for Biafra liberation tax, and you will get your receipt without the account number being posted on the media, and you will get your receipt. And then he warned that Biafran and say, you need to be careful. Don't go there and get the information to make payment for your Biafra liberation tax, and then you take it to the public. He warned and warned again. That is why I repeated that audio. I repeated it and I repeated it and I repeated it. Prime Minister never for once approved or brought out Biafra liberation taxes account in the homeland and put it in the media and say we are going to use EcoBank, or we are going to use Diamond Bank, or we are going to use Access Bank, because he knows the security issues that are involved to it. That is why that concern Biafran was asking. Now we know we are in the zoo. What if the payment to this bank account, they will use it to trail us in our homes, in our sleeps, in our workplaces? Prime Minister made him to understand that what you are saying will not happen, because we know how we are doing it without bringing the account out to the public. That your donations and payments are all being made through your state de factos. And for you to get to the state de factos, their names are not in the media. To get to them, come and go through the media team. From there, you get to your state de facto administrators. You will remit your liberation tax without any problem of any kind. I bring you all greetings from the Biafra Republic government in exile and the de facto in the homeland. We condemn the barbaric slaughter and massacre of Biafrans, which we woke up to see today in Orsu, Idemili, in all parts of those communities in all Imo states of Biafra. These are Fulani contracted terrorists under the auspices of Hopeless Uzodinma that they have brought. But the people of these communities need to be consoled. And not just consoled, the people of this community as well need to sit up. Because if you betray and sabotage the Biafra Defense Forces, these are the problems that will always come to some of these communities. When you see that they have come to brandish and attack the Biafra Defense Forces, saboteurs and criminals and kidnappers, then you now give in to all this deceit. When NGOZI and our media team and our groups have come out to attack the Biafra Defense Forces, criminals, and kidnappers. These are Biafra Defense Forces that were unveiled in Helsinki. And so some of you now, carried away with the love and agility of Biafra restoration, you now fall for all this trap of NGOZI. I have been saying it that when Fulani terrorists invade your community, that NGOZI will not come out to even speak for you. NGOZI will not even come out to come and condemn or to make a video or to post, because she has never posted any of the dead bodies or slaughters of the Fulani terrorists that the Biafra Defense Forces will destroy and bring down when Prime Minister was here. So how do you think she will start posting it now that Prime Minister is not here? Go and check her profile. Check it on Twitter from when Biafra Defense Forces were unveiled. All the Woto promax that the Biafra Defense Forces would destroy the Fulani terrorists, those in uniform and in foot soldiers that come into Biafra land to kill and maim and slaughter. When the Biafra Defense Forces destroy these terrorists and put all their videos on the media, NGOZI cannot even retweet the one that the Prime Minister will post or retweet. Not to talk of even using one to make a post. But she can make a post of the genocide that will happen in the far north, in the Fulani land, in the Yoruba land, in the Middle Belt, but none of it that we will do woto to the terrorists of one Nigeria can she post on her profile or even retweet the one that the Prime Minister will post. All of you blinded people that are following someone that is taking you to a very deep pit, you need to start asking yourselves some questions. What is actually happening to your brain? What is actually happening to you? Biafrans in this community were slaughtered, and this, no matter what happens with the sabotage and betrayals that the Biafra Defense Forces may be getting from some of these communities, listening to some of you deceit that have come to deceive them, the Biafra Defense Forces will revenge the death of the Biafrans slaughtered in these communities and beyond. That is why we call on every Biafran in diaspora. Your fundraising, we're going through one source, and that is the approved account of the Biafran government, which is the Biafran Gov website and the IPOBinusa.org website. And now, NGOZI and Solomon and our group have come to distort your brains, that you now go and be donating money to NGOZI, which the money is not channeled or used for the Biafra Defense Forces that were unveiled in Helsinki 2023 to the defense of Biafra land. Tomorrow, when you start crying, the first person that you will call is Biafra Defense Forces, right? But you will not go and call NGOZI and ask NGOZI, NGOZI, you call the Biafra Defense Forces saboteurs, and you were dancing when she called. You called them criminals, and you were dancing when she called. You called them sabo, you called them kidnappers, and you were dancing when she did. Who are the defense forces that you are going to send the money that you are raising to give? Are you contracting or forming a new group, like you said, that you are doing a new recruitment of a different group? So the one Prime Minister set up for the Biafran people, you have come to jeopardize. I thank God for all of you that are standing your ground to this very day, making sure that the message of liberation goes far and wide. Yes. Like I said, the Biafra Defense Forces will not abandon their responsibilities. And the genocide ongoing in all parts of one Nigeria is an indication that Nigeria is gone for good. So my message to Biafrans this evening is that if you're from these communities that have witnessed this slaughter by the Fulani terrorists, be rest assured that the Biafra Defense Forces will take a revenge on these terrorists in these communities. And if you're also from these communities, call your people to order. Tell them that when they sabotage the Biafra Defense Forces, it is detrimental to them. They will not be on watch 24/7 when they are not supposed to be, because if you go into the bush to hunt antelope with your friend and getting into the bush, your friend turns your leg to become the antelope and then leaves the real antelope. If I were that your friend, the first thing that I would do, realizing that you have turned me to be the antelope, I will take you down first before I actually now continue to go for the real antelope. Because you pointing the gun on me, you want to take me down. So there is no room for the wicked, no peace for the wicked. So the people in this community, and if you have families there and you're in diaspora, call your families to order. If they are part of those pointing hands, giving ill informations against the Biafran Defense Forces to the terrorists of one Nigeria, but yet you want your community to be secure, when you know that the terrorists in uniforms are working with the same Fulani terrorists that have come to slaughter your women and children, how do you expect that the Biafra Defense Forces will do their work properly without being sabotaged? The sabotage should stop, because Biafra is the only hope that you have. The zoo terrorists have nothing to offer to you. The police, the Air Force, the Navy, they are the real enemies that you have. And the Biafran government have declared them wanted, non-personnel grantor in Biafra land already. So if some of you are missing it, remember it now, that these people in uniforms remains your prime terrorists and enemies in Biafra land, supervising the ones that are inside the bushes. You can imagine what happened. Those in uniform stationed in their police stations and barracks are there, and they will get the intel, and they know when those that are inside the bushes will invade the communities at night and then come and slaughter men and women in their sleeps. You don't need rocket science to explain to you who committed that crime. When you see a crime committed by a Fulani Islamic Jihadist terrorist, you will see it, how they use knife, machete to slaughter people from head to toe. You see it very clear. So the ones in the bushes walks in line with the ones that wear uniform and goes about in the street. And some of you now in the communities are aiding and abetting these terrorists by sabotaging the effort of the Biafra Defense Forces. If you sabotage the effort of the Biafra Defense Forces in your communities, they will not be there 24/7 for you. Because even when some other person will give them information, they will not take you very serious at that point, because you have sabotaged them first. They have to be very, very scrutinizing in nature before they move into any community for operation. I am calling on the people in all these communities, because there has been great sabotages against the Biafra Defense Forces before now. And more are even ongoing. We don't say everything in the media always. When you listen to the Biafra Defense Forces generals when they spoke, they made mention that this Nigerian politician woman was trying so hard to convince some of the men working with them to betray them, so that she will now promote them to generals and commanders. So if that is within the central command, how much more the people in the communities who wants to collect 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira, just to do what? To sabotage their future. And now when the terrorist comes in to take you over and takes you unawares, You have nothing to do. You have nothing to say. And the people that you are glorifying them that are in America cannot help you. Since morning that they have slaughtered people in Orsu to this very night, have you seen the People's Club of Nigeria women make any statement? No. How can she make a statement? How can she even post those dead bodies out when she has never for once posted those dead bodies out when Prime Minister is here? If she can go and post them out now, and her team, after they see my text or my post or my message, fine and good for them. At least it will make a difference that after I spoke, you people had to post it out to make comments. But it is quite pathetic that the people you push to go and make deposit payments into Fulani Islamic Jihadist bank account and all their informations that they do now don't understand the dangers that I have been shouting about. It is very easy for people to be eliminated from their houses at night, one after another. Let me explain to you. Because you have gone to make deposit to the Fulani Islamic bank account, which Madam Yumusbao gave you. All your informations are there. Your phone number is there. Your home address is there. They just need to click and then get all the information. They know when to now come to your community, the exact location where your house is, the village. They know when to come. When they know, they'll control the community and know that this community is calm and cool at this time and they can penetrate and do what they want to do. More of this may be happening if some of you do not stop and listen to us when we say stop using the Islamic bank account that is being given to you by Madam One Nigeria politician. I played an audio of Prime Minister. Somebody asked, now that we are talking about Biafra liberation taxes, will the zoo not use our information through the banks and go after us? He said the information is not made public. Go through the media team, go through your state administrators, make your donations in a Nicodemus way, obtain your liberation tax receipt, and relax. And he warned the person, don't take the information out to the media. If you do, you will go in dearly for it. But today, what is happening? They have posted bank account in the media for you, and it is made very clear there that the bank account is Islamic Jihadist bank account of Touch Bank of Nigeria. NGOZI say all of you should go and make payment there. Tomorrow there is going to be a media press briefing from the media team. And we are going to be on the studio. We will also be here on space as well. So our voices will be coming out on multi-dimensional platforms. And we are going to address many things so that those that do not want to listen will be the ones to blame themselves for whatever may happen to them tomorrow. Because in freedom fighting, the foolish ones will be taken by the waves. Those that can use their brains, they will survive to see the liberated end of the restoration of Biafra. So if you happen to allow your foolishness to take you off the rail, it is your own cup of tea. But what I will continue to do is to call on everyone to come back to their senses. The people of these communities that were slaughtered today, the Biafra Defense Forces have gotten your message. And they will swing into actions, and you will see their reactions in the coming days. In Iyamufu, few days ago, the terrorists were flushed out of that community after they tried to enter again. And after that was done, one Nigerian terrorist, the ones in uniform, now went to go and burn the people in their homes, in their sleeps at night, after the Biafra Defense Forces have expunged the terrorists from those communities. Many of you don't understand the battle that the Biafra Defense Forces are fighting because of too many of the sabotages that we have in Biafra land. That is why when I hear some of you expressing anger and saying the sabotage that these people are giving us are too much, and I feel your pains. Yes, because if this kind of sabotages have not been here, we know the level that we would have gone. That's why I make bold to say that Ojukwu was able to stand from 67 to 70s before he left Nigeria and then abandoned the mantle to Philip Effiong. It's because Philip Effiong was beside him. If not so, you people would have sabotaged Ojukwu right from the 67. He wouldn't have gone anywhere from that time. You could imagine Azikiwe telling Ojukwu that he should be the one to be the leader in charge. Then you should ask Azikiwe, what military experience do you have? No, he wants to be in charge. That Ojukwu does not qualify to be leading, so he wants to be in charge. Then you heard of Ifejuna. This is the same Philip Effiong that Ironsi removed him as his right-hand marker and brought a Fulani man to be his right-hand marker, which made it very easy for him to be eliminated. So that means God actually allowed Ironsi to remove that Philip Effiong to go and attach with Ojukwu, so that Ojukwu can stand the test of time from 67 to 70s. And there was no Philip Effiong for Wazirike, so they were able to destroy Wazirike. And there was no Philip Effiong for Nnamdi Kanu, and they were able to destroy Nnamdi Kanu by taking him to one Nigeria now, after they kidnapped him and tried to kill him. And today, the Mazi Simon Ekpa that all of us have been here seeing, with all the things that he has built down, with the defense forces that he has built down for the Biafran people, and all the templates, you now wake up and then you see NGOZI coming to start scrapping everything and telling you, the way Prime Minister was doing it was not right. She's now turning it and giving you a different template, doing it in her own way. And some of you are foolishly going to give her all the support because your brains are not intact. You don't remember that Biafra Defense Forces were unveiled by the Prime Minister for the Biafran people again. Whatever NGOZI is telling you, NGOZI will tell you that the Biafra Defense Forces are online commanders, online army. And then you clap for her. We now tell you that Biafra Defense Forces, General Butuso, that they are sabo, they are criminals. You clap for them. The Biafra Defense Forces headquarters official Twitter handle, which Prime Minister launched and unveiled to the Biafran people, she now tells you that they are all criminals, they are sabo. All of you will clap for her. The Prime Minister's personal assistance that is working directly with the Biafra Defense Forces from 2021, that we took over this mantle from DOS to this very day. He has not betrayed Prime Minister. Just few days that Prime Minister is not here, NGOZI now come and say that personal PA of Prime Minister, he is the biggest sabo, he's a criminal, and must be removed from the way because that one refused to give her access to the Defense Council to go and destroy. And all of you are clapping for her. Whoa, 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 whoa. You clap for her, and you forgot that the Biafra Defense Forces were unveiled for the Biafran people in the homeland, not for NGOZI that is in USA. She is secured already in USA. You are not secured. You are in Biafra land. And we are fighting for the total liberation of Biafra land to be able to implement the full restoration of the Declaration of Independence. And whatever you are being told by NGOZI is what you are foolishly going after. You forget that your family members are back home, and that as they massacred the people in this community today, that NGOZI has nothing to do for you. The only people that had something to do for you are the Biafra Defense Forces, which NGOZI have come to brandish saboteurs, criminals, kidnappers, online commanders, and this. And you are clapping for NGOZI. You are donating money for NGOZI to go and form a different group and come back and give you. NGOZI is making announcement of a new recruitment online, making announcement of ID card online, making arrangement of a ID card code, Army code, Biafra Defense Forces code online. I have told you people this. I said, when your communities are invaded by the terrorists, NGOZI will not be there for you. The only people that should be there for you are the Biafra Defense Forces. When you're not giving them what you're supposed to give them, what they need to use and do what they have to do when it is time, they cannot use their teeth and saliva to do what they are supposed to do. As you are diverting the funds, deviating the funds that are supposed to go to the Biafra Defense Forces directly, and you're giving the money to NGOZI, NGOZI is using it for self-aggrandizement. NGOZI is using it to recruit some group of thugs that they will now go and buy, because all those people will go and buy when they now go and fight with Biafra Defense Forces. They will buy one hand. Part of the audio that I played here, somebody asked me a question. What will Biafra do to the people that have led in one way or another to the slaughter and massacre and the death of Biafrans in the cause of this freedom? He said him personally will not forgive such person. Talk less of the Biafra parliament when Biafra is restored. But the question is, you will be say you foolishly followed the nonsense that they are doing against the private defense forces, and then they come by you. Will you have the ability and the life to stay and get the justice of how the person that caused your death will be treated? No. When you are by, you're gone and gone. Person who don't die cannot feel breath, cannot know what is happening here to be able to attest in the recent. The Biafra Defense Forces warns and warns again that NGOZI or Abu Fulani and Solomon should stop using the Biafra Defense Forces videos and photos to impersonate them while she is doing what? While she is canvassing for a political scam. While she is looking for the boys that she will recruit to do the toggery, to come and fight the Biafra Defense Forces. Because NGOZI is not affiliated to the Biafra Defense Forces that was unveiled in Helsinki by Prime Minister in one way. She has come out openly to make it clear that these Biafra Defense Forces, through the headquarters page, which they posted the video addressing her, she flagged off the page and said they don't represent our own government. So let her go with her own government and stop deceiving Biafrans, collecting money from Biafrans, deceiving them that she is bringing the money to the defense force. How can Biafrans be so foolish? Somebody came out and then went to the official Twitter account of the Biafra Defense Headquarters, which the Prime Minister unveiled for the Biafran people. And then on that Twitter account was posted the official press briefing from the General Commander Butuzo, from the media spokesperson of the Biafra Defense Forces, General Olegos. And because that video was posted addressing NGOZI and her madness, she now screenshotted that account, wrote it and said that this account and everything posted does not represent our own government, that she has no affiliation with that defense headquarters forces. So all of you that are going to go and contribute money and give to NGOZI, have you asked NGOZI which of the Biafra Defense Forces are you talking about that you are doing? Is it the newly created one that you are going to work with? They have sent a message again that she should stop using their videos and photos for impersonation and deceit from Biafran people. The message this evening is to reassure and encourage the people of Orsu, Idemili, and everyone in this affected community where the genocide took place, that the Biafra Defense Forces, even considering all the sabotages that they have been through from these parts and areas of these communities, that they are not going to abandon you people, that they have gotten the message and they will swing into action to make sure they bring down the terrorists in these communities. That's the message. So if you have your friends and families in these communities, call them to order, encourage them, and let them be security conscious and vigilant. And the Biafra Defense Forces will do their work, but they should stop their what? Sabotage of the Biafra Defense Forces. It's not only in this community, there are many other communities that are hell-bent on sabotaging the Biafra Defense Forces because of one small favor or another that you may have been promised by the stooges of one Nigeria. I don't know the joy you derive sabotaging your own defense forces and then ending up with dead bodies of your brothers and sisters that will be coming from the zoo terrorists in their uniforms and the ones that will be coming in from the bushes. Wake up, because the only persons that have your interests at heart are the Biafra Defense Forces. The Biafra Defense Forces that was unveiled in Helsinki 2023 are the only forces that are to defend motherland. Wake up and stop being deceived. This is emergency space briefing, and it's not going to last too long. So I'll just say a few, and then I'll give the mic to just few comments, and then I'll shut it down. So the people of these communities should be assured and remain vigilant and focused and steadfast. The Biafra Defense Forces have gotten your messages, and they will do the needful. There is going to be revenge. And as usual, the terrorists will confess when the revenge of these women and children and men slaughtered in this community have been done. No blood of a Biafran taken can go just like that. We have just declared Biafra, the restoration of Biafra. Unlike before, the zoo terrorists will get the message in a different form. In a different form. The Biafra Defense Forces are preparing for the zoo terrorists in different ways. And when you pinch them going forward, you will get the message in a different form. But I warn again, if you're from this community, stay clear from sabotage of the Biafra Defense Forces. The best you can do, if they ask you, what do you know? What do you know? You keep quiet and then you go and sleep. Because those coming to ask you, what do you know? Where do you know? They are the same people that will dig your grave. They're the same people that will run away from you. When these terrorists have come here now and slaughter you, you will not see any of them coming to your aid. Help the Biafra Defense Forces to secure your communities. They are your friends and lovers. They are never your enemies. They are never the criminals. They are never the kidnappers. They are never the saboteurs, like NGOZI and our group are brandishing them. This is what is making some of you to go and sit on the fence and forget what the Prime Minister, on the mandate of the Biafran people, unveiled to all of you in Helsinki in 2023. If no one has awoken your brain, you need to wake up now. Maybe it is when Fulani terrorists invade some of your communities now that you will come back to your senses. Yes. You will come back to your senses and realize that the Sonny that they have said is a sabo criminal, traitor, and Ajare and Ogenkere, the APM, are actually the good guys that have been calling your attention to what you need to do. Because you cannot sleep and wake up and see that Prime Minister unveils Biafra army to you. They have been defending you and fighting for you. And then Prime Minister being called up for interrogation just for a few days, the first thing NGOZI did was to try to penetrate the Biafra Defense Council. The Biafra Defense Council, through Minister Success and through General Butuzo and his commander, said, no, go back. You cannot enter here. The next place is to go to finance. They said, no, you cannot enter here. The next place is to go to the website. They said, no, you cannot enter here. And what she could do was to come out and start brandishing the Biafra Defense Forces criminals, sabo, kidnappers, because they came out to address her and her madness. So the people of this Orsu community and everyone affected, be steadfast and be vigilant. Those that have come to massacre you today, you will not see them again. The Biafra Defense Forces will make their names erase from the surface of the earth. The Biafra Defense Forces were unveiled for you, but do not sabotage them again so that they can do their work properly. Because those that are telling you that they are sabos and criminals, today they have all locked themselves inside their houses and offices. They are dancing and drinking. They are shaking their heads like mad dogs. They cannot come to say anything or do anything for you. But it is only the Biafra Defense Forces that are back home there inside the bushes that has the solution to your problems. And these are the persons that have been in the bushes since 2020. These are the same persons that some ingrates have awoken just overnight and start telling you that they are criminals, they are saboteurs, they are kidnappers. Wake up, Biafran people, and do not allow the sabotage that has been following you before comes again in your own time. I rest my case. Minister Jare, are you there? Bro Vam Vam Vam. Over to you, Bro Vam Vam Vam. Bro Vam Vam Vam, are you there? Bro Vam Vam Vam, you just got the mic now. You're not there? You're not ready to speak? Okay. So, Biafran people, this is not supposed to be a long program because we have a media press briefing tomorrow that should be late in the night, maybe by 7 p.m. Biafra time going forward. So we want all Biafrans to key in. This emergency space was just to send a message to address the massacre and slaughter